Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the three-time, the box of the woodwing, the boxed. And if you don't recognize this sign behind me, most of you probably might not. I am at the Burnaby Village Museum, continuing on with my tourism challenge journey. Now, today's the tourism passport, the tourism challenge. Some of the places don't open until partway through the start. So, it started on the 18th, and the Burnaby Village Museum does not open until May the 2nd, which is the day I'm filming this one. So, part of their thing is that they're actually giving you 2 stamps if you come on the first day. So, since I already got my 35, and now I'm aiming for 45, because that's the top tier draws that I'll be able to enter for. So I decided, obviously, okay, I'll get the bonus stamp to go in. And now I actually got here maybe 10 minutes before opening. So just gotta wait a few minutes and then I'll be able to walk in and go for my next 2 stamps. And we are in, ladies and gentlemen. We have our questions here. So I feel like I'm really not going to spoil a whole lot. One of the questions here is, how much is admission? Very, very Googleable thing. So I guess I'm not going to tell you because it's technically a question, but it's like, why are you asking that? So there you go. You can Google that one. I think that we have different ones anyway, so anyway, I'm coming up on the first exhibit I have to check out. Well, I'm going in basically physical convenience. This technically is the last question, but I'm right here for it, so I may as well do this one first. And if you're doing this, then you can look for these signs.
This side or this way?
Yeah, this way.
Do you want them to go this side?
Yeah, if you can.
So I'm going to find out something about the Love Farmhouse. Okay, folks, I got the first little bit out of the way. There's one here that actually references an old store called HMV. For those who don't know, it actually stood for His Master's Voice. So yeah, but back we had different, so it sold CDs, DVDs, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I'm actually going to cross the bridge now. You guys remember from my previous Burnaby Village Museum videos, there was a much longer bridge here, and it sort of almost detoured us, but now they replaced it. And it's a much smaller bridge. I kind of like the aesthetic of the old one more, if I'm being honest. I get that sometimes you just have to... I get that things wear down and you have to eventually replace them. That's just the order of life. But still, it's I just kind of... It had that, an aesthetic to it that I just appreciated more. So anyway, off to the next one. So in the Stride Studio, that's where I got one answer. So there's one more left. That's the HMV one I was mentioning about earlier. I still have to find that one. So for that, I have to go to the music shop. So I'm on my way to the music shop. And I got it. That one was a lot faster. Yeah, so if you get the question that I got in Stride Studio, make sure that you read you have to pay a lot of attention. So I'm going to get my stamps and then I'll be off. So I got my stamps. I also sat down and ate because I'm a fat guy and I was hungry. And I actually hear that skinny people also eat, but not as much as fat people. That's kind of how fat people became fat. So anyway, now that I'm done here, I'm going to move on to the next spot. So similar to a couple of years ago when I did Burnaby Village Museum, I did stop at the art gallery. It was a lot more crowded because I came on the first day of the Burnaby Village Museum. A lot of people had the same mindset as me to come on the first day of the museum because double stamps. So of course, since you can walk from the museum to the art gallery, a lot of people were at the art gallery, so there was really no way I could get a good shot without people interfering. I could barely get in. It's like, excuse me, bye, coming through. It was almost like a shift at work. So I just like, okay, I'm not going to bother filming, but I did get the art gallery stamp. So that's 3 today. And it's not even, okay, what time is it? Not even 12:30. I have plenty of time to do something else. So I'm going to head to the SkyTrain and figure out which way I want to go after that. See you soon. So I have made my way to Chinatown in Vancouver, and the first place I'm going to check out here is the classical Chinese garden. So I'm coming in off the Corral side. Okay, so I just got the classical garden stamp. Very easy questions, but you're practically just coming in and they're giving you a stamp. It's almost like it's almost like a hotel stamp. But nevertheless, I do want to make sure I'm at least including something from each place. At least from here, because this is my first time coming to Chinatown. So I want to make sure I'm actually showing off a little bit of the spot so you see the video. And anyway, it's off to the next part in here. So I finished up in the Chinese Canadian Museum. I also did the Chinese Cultural Center, and I'm now in the Chinese storytelling place. And one of the Chinese Canadian Museum questions revolved around World War II, and looks like I have another World War II question in here. So let's see. I believe I might be in the right place. So it looked like there's like a bunch of different questions, so what I get may be different from what you get if you come over here. So I was right. The people in front of me had an entirely different question because they got their answer right, and so did I, despite the fact that we had clearly different answers. So I might have time for one more spot. I'm sitting at 42, I think. Yeah, 42 stamps. And I should have time for one more. So the last place I'm heading up today is the Vancouver Police Museum and Archives, which might actually be one of my favorite questions. They give you a card with different constables or officers, and you are tasked with finding out who their service dog is. And I like doggies. So the fact that it's a doggy-related question is a winner in my book. Well, folks, there we have it. I finished up at the Police Museum and Archives. That one actually took a lot longer than I would have liked. That's because they give you a card, you look for the They give you a card with an officer on it. You look for his name of his police service dog. Like his poster was actually close to the beginning, but if you imagine my face as the entrance, it was one of those ones where it's like it was on the back of my hand, and I don't see the back of my hand. I see my palm and my front of my fingers, so it's just one of those ones I looked around without realizing that's where my answer would be. So unfortunately, that one took longer than I would have liked. But that said, that's my 8th stamp today, because I also did the 4 Chinatown stamps, that like the storytelling, the museum, the cultural center, and the garden. The Burnaby Village Museum gave me 2 stamps because it was their opening day, and the art gallery. So that's 7 attractions, 8 stamps. So if I did not get, so yeah, I know I got the attractions yesterday, but I stockpiled on the attractions today. So that said, I think I am done for Vancouver today. Well, for the, I think I'm done, well, just in general for today. Gonna head out and go home to get some rest, because obviously I've been doing quite a bit of these. So just a break might be a good idea for me. But got more than enough footage, so the videos will keep coming. So until next time, folks, bye.